Ivan Michurin was Stalin's official expert in biology, the face of Soviet scientific progress. Once, at a social gathering of Soviet scientists, he proudly presented his grand theory for advancing genetics. His idea was that if we make an identical surgical change to animals over many generations, eventually they'll start being born with that modification naturally. So, in other words, if we cut off cows' tails for long enough, one day calves will be born without tails. Sitting nearby was a great physicist, Abraham Ioffe. He listened, nodded thoughtfully, and then replied, I'm Jewish. All of my ancestors for hundreds of generations were circumcised, yet I was born uncircumcised. There is a constant debate about nature versus nurture, but everyone agrees that both shape who we are. And then there are the limitations of circumstance, finances, social norms, laws, and the expectations of others. Sometimes, even if you have the talent and upbringing, life conditions still box you in. So, in other words, I have genetic limitations. I have limitations of my upbringing. I have social limitations, societal limitations. So what's left for me? I'm stuck in a very narrow area to work with. When the Torah introduces the first Jew, Avraham, we are told nothing about his intelligence, his achievements, or his exceptional qualities. No resume. Instead, the Torah starts with a command to him: go away from your land, from your birthplace, and from your father's house. Why is that? Well, these are the three great sources of our personal limitations: land, the situation and conditions that you are given; birthplace, your natural tendencies, what you are born with; your father's house, your upbringing. And Abraham is told, leave them, rise above them. The Torah does not tell us who Abraham was before, because who he was before does not matter. The Abraham we know from history was not born Abraham, nor was he raised to be Abraham. He became Abraham, standing up to social norms of those days. So yes, our genetics, our upbringing, and our environment affect us, but they do not determine us. The Torah insists that a person always retains the freedom to choose what is right. It is much easier to follow whatever feels natural. In the modern world, we often hear people justifying their behavior. I was just born that way. Following your natural desires is even praised. How often I hear people say, you must live being true to yourself. But the Torah says, no, you don't. You must live being true to what's right, not what you think your true self is. As one of my mentors used to say, whenever he would congratulate somebody or something, he would say, I wish you the fulfillment of all of your desires. Wait, no, not all of them, only the ones which are permitted by the Jewish law. And this is the very first message given to the very first Jew. You are not trapped by your past. You are not obligated to follow your nature. You are not a product of your upbringing. Your environment does not control your destiny. Your past does not dictate your future. Your choices do.